rightly said from Narendra sir's topic of ICCC, where any smart city system would really would need a backend analytics and a front-end API, or a user interface for making the real-time data visualize, do analytics, and appropriate decision making needs to be made based on this kind of visualization. So definitely, as a platform or technology platform, the Esri capabilities of ingesting real-time data in a voluminous way, and the backend analytics that can be performed on this platform for disseminating is through different applications as dashboards or generating alerts on the right time. That is very critical. So I will showcase you some of such examples what we configured on different scenarios like situational awareness or monitoring real-time assets or parameters for a city, and that will definitely going to help the cities to take an appropriate decision on the right time, which is very critical. And the first example is a situational awareness dashboard, and this dashboard is configured based on a real-time incident which is coming from geospark. So what you see are the latest incidents reported. You can see the type of incident which have been reported currently, and I'll be showcasing you the backend configuration how we did this. So you can see across the country, I have configured it for across the country. You can have it for the specific city also, where you can see different assets impacted. So city assets can be monitored based on the assets and incidents which is very occurring very near to those assets, and how it is getting impacted to the city assets, and how this is getting impacted for the citizens or the employees, which is very critical to understand whether we need to close down a specific facility, or we have to rehabilitate people from that area or not. So you can have this dynamic dashboard with different filters, like based on city, if it is for multiple locality, for a single city you can have it for multiple localities for filtering, or as it is for complete country. I have created a filter for the cities. So you can select a specific city and you can identify what are the incidents occurred. Say for example, if I select Ahmedabad, I'll be able to identify the crime incidents are more which is reported in Ahmedabad for last 7 days, and you can see around 12 crime incidents have been recorded. And if I click on a specific crime incident, it will give me that details. Like you can click on that and you will get the details, okay, when it is recorded and what is the summary, a bomb blast which is so all this some summary of that real time incident will be available on a fingertip, and you can analyze each one of them in that case. So I'll go back to my filter back here, and uh, I'll go to none so that it will be visible for the entire country. And you can see various incidents which is reported, like unrest, kidnap, or crime. If we say drug, so there are incidents reported, and you can see where it is. It's in one in Tamil Nadu, one in Manipur, one in Punjab. So countrywide also you can have this feed in your command control center dashboard, and it is also giving you an AI based stability score for the country. So in the backdrop, if I turn off all other layers, Indian state incidents, you can see the Geospark analytics layer coming in. So Geospark is an organization who provides real-time data subscription, and that can be subscribed to get the real-time data feed. And in the backend, what you're seeing in the color code grids are the stability scores calculated based on such incidents which had happened across the country for last 7 days, and that stability score is here. So you can see the orange color is bit of unstable, and green color is the grid which is kind of stable for last 7 days, where no such reports of incidents have been reported. Now I'll take you to the backdrop of this, how I configured this, or how Esri technology can leverage ingesting such a large volume of data. And you can have multiple filters based on incident type, based on asset types, or if you want to filter it based on specific time period also, you can have this filter. And in that way, these dynamic dashboards are very configurable in nature, and it helps organizations like smart cities to have a real-time situational awareness dashboard and also to alert. So this can also help you to alert officials based on specific incidents. uh, so you see here. Okay. So you see here, this is the workflow what I have used. So I'm ingesting my JoSpark incidents, and I'm taking this the live stream to my city, and within my area of interest, I can filter that and I can geotag that information to enrich my existing real time feed coming from JoSpark with my own assets, my own city assets, because I want to understand whether my schools are getting impacted, hospitals are getting impacted, or my municipal assets are getting impacted based on a specific field, like based on say for example, if there is any unrest happening, some agitation is happening, and how much locally, how much assets are getting impacted for that. So I can have a filter and processor. You can have this asset info enrichment and other details which is out of box. You can just configure this workflow and disseminate this information to the dashboard, and you can also create alerts based on these kind of filters or criterias what you configure as an SMS or an email, and the real time information can be passed on to the field crew for taking an action on it. Let me take you to another example of garbage bin collection. So this is a dashboard which created for a southern state city, where we have simulated this kind of model where you can monitor garbage collection trucks which is moving around. You can see which is live, and the garbage bin locations for maybe couple of wards we have plotted here to showcase that this is how you can bring in the real-time capabilities on a dashboard. Now you see these are different streets and number of uh, bins which is there in each street. You can filter down, so it will give you the details like how many such bins are available for that street. Okay, so there are five, and out of that five you can see there are some are less filled and some are overfilled. Around 75 percentage is filled, and based on that you can create alerts to the moving trucks which is near to that specific street, and get it cleared, so that or on a scheduling mode it can be monitored and it can be scheduled for cleaning the bins up. So that's how you will be able to create dynamic decisions based on this dashboard. And if you want to filter out which are those my bins which is having 35 percentage only, less than or around 35 percentage fill up capacity, and how much of them are around 85 percentage capacity. So these some of these localities may be in schedule to clean up the garbage bins, and this can be scheduled, and you can see there are around 18. So based on this you will be able to have a complete intuitive dynamic dashboard. You can filter based on road, so you can filter that based on road also. Or if you have specific truck routes, it will highlight you that bins which is there in that specific road. And you can also filter based on the truck route where the trucks will be scheduled. Okay, 11 o'clock is the scheduled time. You can also create geo fences here. So I will show you the capability. Okay, capability of bringing this live data. So you can see it is running. My geo event service is running, which is the component what we have used to ingest the real time data into this dashboard. So it is live and running, and here I can have the geofence synchronization. So I'll just go to the site and I can create a geofence where say for example in this specific street I want to understand if the street cleaning pull cart, how much time that person have spent to clean this specific street. And based on that you can have a pattern identification for a specific street or for a specific area based on the municipal administration. So like that you will be able to create alerts, also create dynamic geofencing for identifying the time spent and patterns by archiving this data in this dynamic dashboard generally helps smart cities for not only just for monitoring, it helps for planning and decision making also. Another example here is of a real-time dashboard for a smart city based on various parameters where we try to integrate the CCTV footages. So this CCTV footages will get updated every 15 minutes interval, or depending upon the city's need, you can have the footprints of the CCTV can be streamed, or the live CCTV footage also can be streamed. You can bring in this traffic signal information, like how Dr. Vasudevan was showing you separate applications for traffic police, CCTV, or the environmental sensors which is getting populated. These sensors are giving us the real time data on temperature, air quality. You can see there are 8 air quality stations deployed in this specific area, and you can get the details of, for last 7 days what was the pattern for sulfur dioxide, or for the particulate matter, what is that quality which is giving. And you can have this air quality index whether it is good or bad, and based on this you will be able to create an alert. And we have added some of the live traffic services here. You can see the parking lots also. You have around 9 parking structures in these selected wards, and live traffic incidents are getting reported through our live traffic service. What you are seeing in the red and yellow and red patches, this is a live traffic service from Esri, and you can incorporate this as well for identifying the traffic pattern within the city. Here you can see there are around 4,349 traffic incident reported for the month. This is for a 30-month accumulation what we have done. Now you can have different filters here. So based on air quality station, you can have the values changing. You can have the parking lots. Say for example, if you select a parking lot, you can see the lot is free with around, there are 25 slots, and around 10 are free, and some of them are already occupied. So it can be integrated with IoT sensors like parking sensors, and you can have this kind of live filtering happening with that live data which is coming in. And if I select nothing, I will be able to see the complete city as a whole. And these intervals from the dashboard, you will be able to configure it by yourself, so that depending upon the city need, you can configure it. So you do not need to have custom development or effort for kickstart of the project. But if you want to customize this, that is also available through the API, so you can do that as well. And here you can also create alerts, as I mentioned, based on the air quality index. If it is observed for continuously 7 days, it can trigger an alert. And similar to the workflow what I showed you in the geo event manager, you will be able to create alerts using the input and output connectors what we have, and the processors which is out of box. So you will be able to create the dynamic geofences using this specific geo event manager functionality. If you want to trigger an alert if a vehicle passes a specific zone, the cleaning truck spending more than 2 hours in a specific stretch of road, if you want to have alert generated, that also can be generated using this geofence. So this is how you will be able to bring that information to a real-time dashboard which is very dynamic in nature. And this helps for not just for monitoring or dissemination. This helps for each city to have decision making, powerful decision making on the right time, because which is critical in the disaster scenarios, or critical scenarios where on a real time note, the field crew should be alerted. And for that, this kind of hub which is typically helping you to interact with citizens and the stakeholders. Similarly, this dashboard can be helping you for appropriate decision making on right time. So that's from my end.